Well, hi there. This is Scott Duffy from GetCloudSkills.com. And in today's video, I want to talk about some changes to the AI-102 exam, designing and implementing an Azure AI solution that are set to take effect at the beginning of February 2023. So I'll say right off the bat that the changes are not massive, but there is something to pay attention to. So here's an overview of the changes. Now, if you look at the before and after of the exam objectives, there is some wording changes within the audience section. I believe the previous version might have been there by mistake, so this is not something to be alarmed about. The weighting of the various sections is changing. As you know, within Azure AI Cognitive Services, the face recognition API has had some restrictions added to it, and so those will no longer be on the exam. There's some renaming of some services. So Cognitive Services now called the Azure AI Service. And they've added some new requirements to the exam called Create a Solution, which is quite large, and we'll talk about that in this video. So first of all, the changes take effect February 2nd, 2023. So if you're studying for the AI-102 exam and you're planning to take it in January or February 1st, then you should just go ahead and finish the study and take the exam before then. I don't see there's any advantage to waiting for the new changes to take effect. If you've only begun to study for this and you can't take it before you're going to take it in February, then pay attention to the following new requirements. So if you look at the audience profile section of the exam requirements, I think their text that was there before was like a copy and paste error. There's some talk about another exam and another set of role for the audience, and so this has just been updated to probably what is the proper text. As I mentioned, the exam weightings have changed. The section here, we can see that the first one is now gone from a 10% weighting up to 25% weighting, which is one of the largest changes. So plan and manage an Azure AI solution has grown in scope. Some of the other ones have decreased slightly. So image and video processing is down 5%, mostly attributed to the facial API being removed. Knowledge mining down 10%. Some chatbot and other related, like integrating Azure AI with chatbot has been removed and things like that. Conversational AI up a little bit. So we'll look at the individual sections here. So the first one, the one with the most changes, up 15% ratings, is talking about applied AI services. So now a bunch of services that Azure offers in the AI space have been put together under a single umbrella called Applied AI Services. So the bot service, form recognizer, cognitive search, metrics advisor, video indexer, immersive reader, these are ready to go AI services, and so that goes under the Applied AI banner. There's a whole section about deploying Azure AI services that is new. And like I said about this, create a solution. So the requirements say create a solution using anomaly detector, content moderator, personalizer, metrics advisor, and immersive reader. So in my view, you're going to have to actually start to use these 6 services, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 services. So you're going to actually have to load up a Visual Studio, get that API into Visual Studio, start to create a solution using those 5 services, because the hands-on experience is going to be crucial for this part of the test. Now on the video processing and image processing, they've removed facial information. They've reduced the objectives under the computer vision section, although I don't know if that means that you're going to see fewer questions, but there is certainly fewer objectives. And they've also reduced custom vision objectives. So the whole sections have just sort of been compressed a little bit. But the main thing here is they removed the facial information section. Under natural language processing, the weighting is the same. They're talking about a new service, personally identifiable information, PII. They're talking about text-to-speech using SSML and the custom neural voice. A phrase list is also listed. It wasn't there before. And translating to multiple languages simultaneously. These are all new requirements on the exam. Under knowledge mining, they've removed a section called knowledge mining, the knowledge store. They've removed managing a cognitive search. This still says provision a cognitive search, but managing it no longer part of the requirements. And they've removed manage indexing. So you know how to provision these things, but not necessarily how to maintain them in a production environment. And under the last section, the conversational AI, this is actually up 5% in terms of the weighting. They're talking about .chat files, talking about Bot Framework SDK and Bot Framework Composer are now a single section with a smaller list of requirements. So I think the test still covers both topics. It's just whoever wrote the requirements has been able to make the requirements a lot more compact. And they've removed the concept of integrating Azure AI services into a chatbot. So no longer do you need to talk about using a chatbot to call future other AI APIs. So overall, we know that the AI area within Azure has been going through a lot of changes. There has been some face and vision services that have become more restrictive. Keep an eye out for this create a solution. That is the most interesting part of these changes to me. This means that they want you to go deeper on those 5 specific topics. And you can see the percentage reweighting, which I believe is sort of a focus on Microsoft's business side, where they want you to be more familiar with these AI services, and they're actually taking away some of the weightings for some of those other services like facial APIs and knowledge mining. So my advice is that it is going to take some time for all the study content that exists for AI-102. None of it has been updated yet, and so it's going to take some time for the content to be updated. There has been more topics that have been removed than have been added, so that's not bad from a student perspective. The thing that this weighting has been changed does mean you do have to add more study time to that first section, especially this create a solution topic. So for AI-102, those are the changes. Like I said, nothing too frightening, nothing too scary. If you're going to go ahead and do it before February 2nd, I say go ahead and do it. If not, then just keep in mind that it's going to take some time for the training materials to be updated. So you may have to account for that or study for some of that stuff on your own. This has been Scott from getcloudskills.com. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.